If someone asked me what should I do in the medical school application cycle to increase my chances of getting in, here's what I would tell them. Just to preface, guys, don't blindly take my advice. Do your research. This is just my experience. Number one, I would apply to MD and DO schools. I wouldn't do exclusively one or exclusively the other. That's just my opinion. The way that I see it is that you're spending thousands of dollars anyways. Even if you have the fee waiver, you're still spending a good amount of money if you apply to over 20 schools. And the last thing you want to do is be a reapplicant. Is it a bad thing if you're a reapplicant? No, but it makes things harder and it's discouraging. So for me, it's like apply anywhere and everywhere. And if you apply MD or DO, you get the most chances of interview invites and acceptances. To me, it's a no-brainer. I know people who have only applied MD. I know people who have only applied MD and DO, and I know people who have only applied DO. And that's just their personal choice. But for me, my number one goal is to have a successful cycle. And the last thing that I personally want to do is be looking back at the end of the cycle and thinking, what if I could have applied to so many more schools? So I would say apply to both. Number two, I know this is going to sound really silly, guys, but you need to hear it. As someone who is very type A and always checks her emails and is always on top of stuff, I did miss an email for an interview invite, and I almost lost that interview invite. I have no idea how it was missed. If you have a portal for your school, most schools, post-secondary, there's a portal. You should be checking all of those portals every couple of days. And search up keywords in your email, because sometimes like your email is weird. It doesn't always go to junk, but sometimes it'll come to your actual inbox and like it'll just miss it. Like it's weird. Sometimes I'll go on my phone and I won't see an email, and I'll go on my computer and I'll see the email there, and it's really weird. So always be checking your portals. If you can get a separate email, you can do that. I don't think that's necessary, but if you really want to go that way. And also be searching up keywords. Like I would literally just go in my phone and my email, and I would like search up the word interview like every few days, just because you literally never know. The emails can be so sneaky sometimes. Number three, pretty typical, letters of intent. These are typically sent post-interview, but you should always be sending a letter of intent post-interview or something, or thank you letters or something like that. Especially if you're at the interview stage. I mean, I'm not saying like bug the schools, but if you're at the interview stage, you need to show continued interest, especially with schools who take forever to get back to you. The school that I am currently going to, the time from my interview to my decision, my waitlist decision, was about like 4.5 months, and then my acceptance was like a week later. So I sent like thank you letters, letters of intent, like updates, doing all that stuff, like showing the school you're interested over and over again, especially if you're post-interview or your wait list. They really do make just such a big difference, because you're constantly telling admissions committees, if you take me, I'm going to take the seat, point blank, period. And that's going to be a big deciding factor, obviously. And lastly, I don't mean to put pressure on you guys, but the interview, in my opinion, is arguably the most important part of getting accepted into medical school. The interview is make it or break it, okay? You can look perfect on paper, you can have everything, but you need to prepare for that interview, okay? You don't have to walk out of the interview feeling like you crushed it, but you need to prepare. There are very few people that can get away with not being prepared for an interview. The second you get that interview invite, you need to be preparing. You need to be on YouTube. You need to do mock interviews. If you don't have anyone to do a mock interview, talk to your computer or talk to a camera. Know answers to questions. Go on SDN and look up common interview questions and see if you can prepare. The interview, I fear, is your make it or break it time. So just be prepared. You never want to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I could have prepared better for my interview. I hope this helps.